What is up, TitanArmy? How we doing out there? It's Ross with you on a fresh, crispy September affiliate weekend. We are officially back, folks. The tournament scene is pumping, and we are ready to rock. We got our two brackets up here, paired down to our four finalists. We're going to be watching a best of three for bracket one, a best of three for bracket two, and a best of five for grand finals. How are we doing out there, folks? I see you all out there in the Twitch chat. How are things? We got Blake, Aunt Sharma, Daniel, the whole kit and caboodle. Come on in, folks. Make some noise. We're going to get started here. We're getting the players matched up. We'll talk about matchups here in a sec, and then we will get this party started. Without further ado, the matchups, the bracket finalists. We've got bracket one, Unbeatable, playing for Team OMFG. A Dusk Titan named Titan B2 OMFG, playing Priyam, the Sea Titan, Varuna. Ooh, so a little Dusk versus Sea here at the top of bracket one. You love to see it, folks. Maybe not the elements people thought were going to be up there. I don't know. Sea's pretty strong. I played some real strong Seas this week. I tried to play Dusk myself. So maybe it's all written in the stars. Bracket two will be Argo Soul playing for Team Valhalla with their Sky Titan UFO against Frank Castell with a Forest Titan Laureano maybe. So bracket two is Sky versus Forest. Wild times. Again, we're going to get this thing all hooked up, and we are going to be ready to rumble momentarily. Who do you guys got here in bracket one? Will it be Dusk Titan from Unbeatable, or will it be Priyam playing the Sea Titan? How is everybody's Saturday going? Affiliate Teams Volume 1 today. $3,000 prize pool up for grabs here in Reign of Titans. Who's going to take the biggest piece of the pie? Aditya, huh? Is that this person's name? Potentially. We got challenges getting sent. We got challenges accepted. We are going to kick this thing off in just a second. Chat, you guys need to be making some noise out here. Players been working hard all morning, 2.5 hours of slaying to get to this point. And here we go. Off to the races. Again, one of these players going to be moving on to grand finals. The other one going to end their day at bracket finals, taking home a pretty big chunk of cash. But of course, always trying to get up there. For that grand finals. Unbeatable is Aditya. Cool. Maybe I'm saying that right. Let me know if I'm not, Daniel. But yes, good luck to both players. Varuna, the Sea Titan, versus Unbeatable A01's B2 OMFG, the Dusk Titan. Let's get it on. This is bracket one finals. Text Priyam playing Varuna, the Sea Titan. Unbeatable playing B2 OMFG, the Dusk Titan. It's about to get rowdy, folks. The players are in. I'm ready. Are you ready? W's in the chat. That's right. Get the W's going in the chat, Vish. No, Sharma. Team Fury for the dubs. For the dubs. Let's get it going, chat. All right, players deciding on a mulligan here. Do I stay or do I go now? You get one chance to mulligan your opening hand, and it will cost you some mana. So we'll see what the players decide to do. Sea versus Dusk. Sea sort of known for the crippling, mana lock or handcuffs they apply to the opponent. Dusk, obviously known as the Vampires of Aereo with that lifesteal mechanic. It's going to be a saucy one. Saucy indeed. We start off the action with an Endless Trench. Courage going to boost up all stats for B2 OMFG, and they're going to go straight to work, getting that Magicka number up which is what those Dusk Titans like to do. Drain Life coming in hot, trying to keep themselves alive. Varuna just throwing out the haymakers here on turn 1. B2 already down to yellow health, but the Blood Magic is going to scoop it. Plus 200 at the end of turn, and they are safe. At least for now. At least for now. The game must go on. Varuna, healthy on mana, as is B2, but B2 with those green, adjusted, buffed up stat lines with that type of advantage. Type advantage, that's a different game, chat. That's a different game. C is done for. That's early. That's early. Here comes the This Is Madness. The This Is Madness going to peel off 10 stats of all varieties from Varuna, and B2 is just green as it gets in terms of stat line, but still can't manage really to put the hammer down on Varuna. Just doing a little bit of this nickel and dime, back and forth, lifesteal here, magicka damage there. But we know that C has some tricksy things. Now, this matchup is, I would say, Dusk favored just because C tries to steal all your mana away, tries to put you in a tight spot in the mana. But Dusk doesn't really need a whole lot of mana because they can pay for some of their scrolls using their own life points, which is pretty rad. Shout out to coffee this morning, folks. Anybody else with coffee in the chat? Big coffee. Ooh, big turn here lined up. It's a tsunami. 0 mana. Varuna able to just chuck it. Here comes 80 in the other direction. Heavy blow. This is going to be a massive turn. Does B2 see it coming? Do they have healing on lock? Here comes damage plus that magicka increase with the tantrum. Hydro Punch is going to punch away about 2/3 of B2's health. Hex of Dusk. The lifesteal just in time. Going to pull them back up, maybe out of the hole, but going to just in time to take another hot 72. Reckless Punch for 59, and it's over. Game 1 going in Dusk's favor. B2 OMFG with the victory in Game 1, Bracket 1 Finals. Whew! W Coffee. Amen. Amen. That was fiery. That was fiery. I feel like C, I don't know. I think that both players could play the matchup a little bit faster. I think they're feeling each other out. We shall see if there are any weapon or deck adjustments by either of the players. And then we'll jump back into game number 2. Again, bracket finals are just the best of 3, chat, so not a lot of time to recuperate, not a lot of adjustments to be made. In terms of, salvaging a series, because this series is about to be over if B2 can take another victory here in game 2. Whoo! Way closer than I thought. Yeah, that got kind of wild. And we didn't even see Bubble Barrage. What are the other wild C scrolls, 0 mana dealing 84 damage. You guys know the ones. You guys know the ones. All right, here we go. We're jumping back in. It's game number 2 coming up for bracket number 1. Text Prion playing Varuna the Sea Titan. We've got unbeatable OMFG playing with B2, the Dusk Titan. Ka-chow! Yo, Tashar in the chat. What's up, homie? BBT's here as well. What's up, fam? Thanks for coming to the chat. Meta Boy Joel or Joel. Glad you're here. Glad you're here for some Reign of Titans action on a Saturday morning. Maybe it's Saturday night for some of y'all. Mad props for the people that do this at less, what should I say? Less convenient hours of the day. 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, etc. You all are the real legends. Let's get into match number 2. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Here we go. It's the mulligan here for game 2, bracket 1. We're looking at Varuna's perspective currently. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? We do see a weapon switch, a main hand weapon switch here for Varuna from the mallet last match. So maybe a less aggressive weaponry, but now we have the Forsaken Blade ready to cut and dice. I actually don't remember the main hand weapon for B2 last match, but they have Lore Carver as main hand and Mad Mirror as offhand. There's the Bubble Barrage. I was just talking about the scroll. Mutual Torment, going to be 0 mana, 70 true damage. What a big balls play there. Varuna going to steal away some mana. B2 starting the game off in the hole, but that's exactly how last match started, and we know how that ended. B2 is up 1-0 in the series. We'll just need to win one here to move into grand finals. Whew! Not as hot on the stat lines here in game 2. Not as hot on the stat lines here just yet. Last match we saw B2 just pretty much have green stats, meaning buffed above base value, way higher. But this match, just playing with the base stats, just cruising along. Again, the Sea versus Dusk matchup, super interesting. They can both hit really hard. They both like the Magicka stat specifically. Here comes the Endless Trench, one of the most heavy-hitting scrolls in the Sea lineup. Mirror Gaze, going to steal 20 defense. Just in time for the Tsunami. What a clutch defensive play. Varuna still happy, though, with the lines right now. They are ahead in health by about 60. Here comes the Sailor's Chant, going to steal over half of B2's mana, but sometimes it doesn't matter for Dusk. Sometimes, chat, sometimes. We'll see if we get any of the Shadow Veil here, special effect from the Dusk Titan. Varuna ready to close this thing out. It's looking like that weapon switch really paying off already. Lining them up, 170 health for Varuna. B2 OMFG at 168, but look at the stat lines here. 60 defense on B2 is really the story to look at. Here's the Loveless Lunge. That's going to be some life steal. 77 added life points for B2, swinging that Tail of Time. Mana Flow, though, going to be doing some shenanigans here. Varuna trying to put the handcuffs on B2. They are now out of mana. What are they going to do to work with this? They're going to play some health scrolls. Vampiric Gaze. Is it going to be enough for 79? Not quite enough, but does steal the health away. Varuna in a trap. Now it's going to be Shared Misery, and the game is over. Look at the skulls. The vampires rejoice. B2 OMFG going on to grand finals. Varuna could not keep the pace. The lifesteal was too much. GG's to both players. But it's going to be Dusk Titan moving forward into grand finals. Yeah. Chat, that was wild. They were just slinging the scrolls. Can anybody tell me, did B2 change main hand weapons? I don't think they played any of the Plan of Elements or anything, but did they switch main hand weapons halfway through, chat? Anybody know? I just want to know, just as pure commentary would go, you know? GG's! We're going to get bracket 2 finals up for you guys next. Again, a spicy matchup here. We're going to have Valhalla's own Argo Soul playing a Sky Titan named UFO against Frank Castell. I'm not sure what team they play for. Can anybody tell me who Frank Castell plays for? With the Forest Titan, Loreano. Maybe I'm not saying it right. I'm trying my best here, chat. Same weapons in both. Thank you. No change. Love that. Thanks, Unbeatable. Mwah! Shout outs to the chat. You guys are the best. Appreciate y'all being here. Also, speaking of being here, chat, make sure you take a little screenshot that says, I was here. I was here live watching the tournament action. I was here live watching the tournament action. Put it in the what's it called? In the Discord under proofs and submissions, and get yourself some spicy titanium. While we get this second matchup loaded up, some hot Reign of Titans news this week, chat. If you haven't heard, the sub-communities that you self-selected over the past week and a half, those are being finalized over the weekend and will be implemented in the beginning of this coming week. I myself interested in the content production, the community engagement, those sorts of things. But other people signed up to be on the committee, if you will, for balance updates, for general suggestions, et cetera, et cetera. So big shouts to the people that want to get involved in that way with those sub communities. It's only going to push Reign of Titans even further in this quarter 4 of 2025. It's going to be a wild time. It's going to be a wild time. And I'm here for it. Yo, Tashar, how am I? I'm doing great. It's been a great week. I've actually just had a great week, start to finish. And this being the capstone, I also have a friend's surprise birthday party. Big shout out to a 40th birthday party I'm going to tonight. It's a surprise, so don't tell them, chat. Don't tell this unnamed friend that I have who's turning 40. I'm trusting you all, okay? This is the amount of trust I have in the community right here. All right, we're still finding these bracket 2 players. Not sure where they're hanging out, what they're doing. What you doing? Tashar, how are you, man? How is life? I miss your videos. We need more videos. I know I've been lagging as well. Well done indeed. But yeah, more content to come, of course. If I'm gonna be on the content subcommittee, better be making some content, or at least pushing and prodding forward the momentum of others' content. Wait, hold? OMFG is who Frank Castell plays for? La-da-dee-doo-doo-doo. Sick. So in terms of teams, we've got Valhalla versus OMFG. Is that correct? For bracket 2 finals. We did just see Unbeatable for Team OMFG advancing to grand finals here in just a bit. But we need to find them an opponent, you know? Can't play a single-sided grand finals. That would just not be very fun. So we're going to get these players loaded up. You come to the Netherlands for my birthday? Oh, my God, that would be great. BBT, when's your birthday-ish? You don't have to tell us exactly when it is. You just let me know. Preparing for some exclusive content from the back end. Tell me more. I mean, it sounds like it's from the back end. Maybe you can't tell me more. Maybe you can't. What is this? Automation? No thanks. No thanks, chat. A button just turned blue on my desktop and it wanted me to click it. And I'm like, it's a trap. It's a trap. You can't just go clicking all the buttons, you know? Whew. Getting these players in here. It's like herding turtles sometimes, chat. Imagine what the affiliate hosts are dealing with. We're only dealing with 4 people. Get on in here, peeps. You know? Get on in here, peeps. Ross, you just keep yapping, brother. You can do this. Big shout outs to Nugget. Nugget couldn't make it today. But there was quite a few weeks this summer that I was absent, and Nugget just plowed through like the absolute legendary boss that he is. I can tell you in DMs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring on the DMs. I thought you were talking about my surprise party. Oh, yeah, BBT. We're throwing you a Reign of Titans themed 40th birthday party whenever you turn 40. When is that? Like 20 years or so? BBT. Freshly 21 years old. It was a sad round 1 loss. Blastwitch, we've got Argosol versus Frank Castell. Bracket 1 finals was Unbeatable playing Dusk and Priam playing C. I lost in round 2 today, chat. Big shout outs to Rhythm. Put me out. I think they've put me out of tournaments before, you know? I think they've put me out of tournaments before. Boop. So, you know, nothing new for them. Nothing new for them. Here we go. We got the players popping. What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in. I can't sing anymore, chat, because I sound so much like the original. They'll probably mute the VOD. I'll keep you on the surprise party. Yes, BVT. Let me know. Now that I know Netherlands is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, from America. We've done it once, chat. We could do it again. Take me back to the Netherlands, Take me back. Got some. We're getting connected here, peeps. We're getting connected. There's some tomfoolery happening over here. But, if you haven't already taken a screenshot and said, hey, I was there, just take a little screenshot, put it in the Discord. How about the game update, huh? Anybody, what's your favorite part of the new game update? Tutorials popping, quick tips during the battle. Ooh, so good for new players and veterans alike. We had some weapons got a facelift, right? Like, I haven't taken notes about which ones got some fresh art, but we obviously got common versions of all of the unique epics, which is pretty cool. Everybody can have a Fuma now and a Hexed Javelin, etc. Are you stalling? I'm definitely not stalling. Definitely just definitely moving forward as quickly as humanly possible. The timer has run out. Maybe you guys just want to count in the chat. Should we just challenge accepted? We should just count. I'll start with 1. You guys just go from there. Twitch chat, take it away. YouTube, what are you guys doing over there on YouTube land? You guys getting wild? Reign of Titans style, wild and style. Sort of a slant rhyme, but I think we could do it, chat. I think we've got the clout. Reign of Titans t-shirt on. We're swagged out. Oh my, I wasn't even trying to rhyme there, chat. I think it's time for a Reign of Titans mixtape. Not a soul. I literally put a 1 in the chat, and literally not a soul put a 2 or a 3 or any other number. Imagine just trying to spur the engagement of my fellow Aereo Titan Army. Looks like we're getting connected though. We're about to be in there, chat. Nobody panic. This is a bracket finals of bracket 2, a best of 3 between a Sky Titan and a Forest Titan. Oh, we're getting loaded in. I'm coming for 20th. TSC Crips knows all about it. MC Ross. I used to have a microphone. Where is that thing? You guys can't see me anyway. I don't know. I'm like, man, if only I had a microphone, I'd be official. You guys can't even see me. Oh, yeah. Or maybe you can. Chat. Again, it's big times. Big, crazy times in the world of Reign of Titans. Tournament schedule is stacked for the coming months. Affiliate, boom. And then, of course, we got BGS coming up in October, which is going to be just an absolute banger of a con for the team and the people on the ground. If you haven't listened back to all the Titan talks of the past, 3 or 4 weeks, you should just binge them. Just turn them on one after another. Listen to the Titan talks. You can find those in the Discord under Titan Talk recordings. There's also so kindly a text summary of those calls. But if you're not on the call, get on the call. It's super fun to be there, hear from ads and the team firsthand, see a little sneak peeks, frolic. Everybody loves a good frolic, We are always watching. Perfect. A good thing I showered, Looking like a whole bum here. People, it's happening. It's really happening. I see 2 Titans loading into battle. Maybe that was premature. Wait for it. Also, big shout out to the Ice Cube update. I know everybody's like, ice cubes, oh, ice cubes. It really is a great quality of life improvement. I know there's some consternation about the price of said ice cubes, but we'll get there, chat. Don't you worry. Just leave your feedback in the general suggestions. The team is watching. Always upwards and onwards, says Reign of Titans. All right. These two are loading in. We're almost there. The progress bar. It's time. Bracket 2 finals are ready to pop off. We got Argo Soul versus Frank Castell. Sky versus Forest. What an odd matchup. It looks like we've got the old common hexed javelin spike shield combo, high damage output Sky, potentially, just from the weapons. And then we've got the Oaken Shield Merlin setup for Forest Titan, which leads me to believe we are going to be in for the long haul, unless they drew Honeypot No Stall double fish slap in turn 1. That would be, it would just be, the execution would be flawless. Here we go. Take Flight, a great first scroll for UFO, getting the plus 50 attack, an absolutely wild scroll to pull in hand number 1. Then the tackle. That's going to give the double bind effect over to Laureano. Going to have to squeal by with only 3 scrolls next turn. Ice, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Here comes the spike shield. Big damage. Good thing Laureano's got that defensive blanket up. They also put down the healing nature to get back some health at the end of turn for the next 3 end of turns. Whew! Oh, me goodness. Fast and Furious UFO versus Laureano. The slow it down, please. So it's going to be sort of a tug of war of pacing here. And it's all going to come down to sort of what is drawn. Speaking of draws, oh my God, we saw Take Flight in turn 1. We see Fury Aura in turn 2. They have 120 attack. I repeat, they have 120 attack UFO. No, but the Deadeye gets snuffed. That would have been a pretty wild amount of damage. Not going to get the, is going to get the wipe away on those buffed defenses just in time for swift attack. And how big is it? 0 damage. We must have had some rooted resilience played here by Laureano, which means they take 0 damage this turn. They also can deal 0 damage this turn, and then we move on to the next. A cheeky little play there from Forest Titan. Laureano would have been in the red health already. Holy, what a draw from UFO, grabbing Take Flight and Fury Aura in the first 2 turns. But Laureano had a plan. Pump the brakes, big dog. Strap in for some long games. We'll see what happens. I'm still waiting on Honeypot No Stall double fish slap. Brah, 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 brah. You know? Run for cover. There's a defensive scroll from UFO this time. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, UFO? Imagine. Kept that run for cover for the fish slap or Honeypot or something. All right. What's it going to be? Both Titans. We're entering the mid-game here. Both Titans, healthy scroll amounts, 17 total to 19 total scrolls. Chat, who do you guys got in this one? You guys rooting for some Sky or rooting for some Forest? Puts up the dense defense. Laureano, 60 defense. Claws going to try to get through, but only 66, which, based on Claws base damage, that is not great. Not great. Paid a lot for it, too. UFO kind of in a slump here in terms of mana left. They're hoping for the Honeypot at this point. Give me some more of that mana boosterino. I don't even know if Laureano has Honeypot in their deck, but I've played some Forests like this, let's say. Honeypot, No Stall, double fish slap. Mana Drain is exactly what UFO needed here, keeping them in the turn. Here comes the Mana Berry, and let the Nature's Boon begin. Will Laureano be pushing some damage this turn, or are they just needing the berry for mana? Titan Bliss. Yeah, not looking for damage, chat. Laureano ready to sit back in their, lazy boy recliners and just let UFO struggle to break through the wall. This is the way. This is the way. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? UFO with 32 agility will be activating scrolls first. Unless those agility numbers change. We'll see. Here comes the taunt. Going to be some stat adjustments here. Removing 20 defense. Laureano, though, puts up the Mirage Wall. Won't be taking any damage from the Earthquake Smash. Laureano's just hitting all these out of the park. The guesswork has been flawless from Laureano. That first Rooted Resilience turn where they would have taken like 300 damage. Ooh, wait. That was a spicy meatball. UFO trying to find their ground, trying to find their footing, trying to find something. But they're doing well on scrolls. They're only at 10 total as opposed to the 13. Here comes Whirlwind Spin. That's going to get through for 71. Next is Meditate. Get some mana back. Alchemist for Laureano, though, going to be just a wild ride to try and chip away. 344 damage left on Laureano. 8 scrolls for UFO. It's a long way to the top if you're going to rock and roll. But we know that these bump. Okay, we're back. We know that these Attack Sky Titans have massive damage output when the time is right. It's just that Laureano's been just guessing it all away, putting up the run for covers, putting up the Mirage, putting up the Rooted Resilience just in time, just to make them all for naught. Here comes Deadly Attack. That one's going to get through. But UFO's running out of tools. 84, pretty good. Bulwark Bless, holy cannoli. Speaking of defense, a plus 50 defense for Laureano. Guided Arrow is going to hit, but only for 49. Here comes the Fish Slap. Fancy a bite. Double Fish Slap. That is going to add mana to UFO and potentially put them in the possibility of mana overflow at the end of turn. No stall. There it is. The Triforce is complete! Eek! UFO takes some of that end of turn damage and now is actually losing in the health race. Things just got spicy. It's happening! UFO at maxed out mana. They have to spend something. They only have 4 scrolls left to do it. Do they even have 168 damage? That's the real question. It's going to be a tight one here at the end. 7 total scrolls for Laureano. They've planned for this. They know the lifestyle. Lifesteal here from Vampiric Strike. Plus 13 for UFO. Run for cover. Another defensive staple. But nothing to dodge. So, all for naught. They ran for cover. They played hide and seek by themselves. You guys ever played hide and seek? You're like, all right, you count. I'll hide. And you run away. You go find a sweet hiding spot. Nobody ever comes and finds you. Yeah, me neither. That's definitely never happened to me. Definitely never happened to me. That's sort of what it was like, though. Laureano running for cover. Here comes Shrapnel. Big one. 42. Laureano under 100. Forced Revenge. More Rooted Resilience. The chainsaw is here. Guys, I was doing a chainsaw motion. You couldn't really see it. Under 100 health, though. UFO with only 2 scrolls. Laureano with 3. UFO is going to max out mana if they cannot spend at least, I think, 20 this turn. And again, every mana point that you cannot spend, that you overflow or over-generate, is 2 points of damage. Resistance check, another defensive scroll. Laureano not playing games, not ready to die yet. And 1 scroll left for UFO. I can't imagine it's going to deal 95 damage, but it's possible. It's possible. We haven't seen Hurricane yet, have we, Chad? Imagine, last scroll, Hurricane. It comes down to this. It's nobody's fault, which is going to require UFO to pitch their last scroll at the end of turn. Well played. The overflow damage doesn't even matter. It's all. Oh, I lied. Joke's on you happens the next turn. So UFO must spend their scroll this turn or it gets pitched, which is going to end the game regardless. Laureano, are you going to be dead or not? It's the stomp. Not enough stomp. Not enough stomp. Laureano going to escape with 43 HP left. Textbook stall play right there. Textbook. Well done by both players. Argo Soul just barely unable to chip through. Wow. Wow, that was wild. Game 1 goes in favor of the Forest. Frank Castell up 1-0. Who will be going to grand finals? We're going to find out potentially this match. Whoo! Spicy, spicy. Chat, were you guys just in a coma that whole game, eh? Anybody out there? Do we think it's going to be over here, or do we think Argo Soul and the Sky Titan UFO can punch through? I mean, if it wasn't for that Rooted Resilience turn on turn 2, holy cannoli, this game would have been done 10 minutes ago. What a wild ride. Again, this is bracket 2 finals. Argo Soul playing Sky Titan UFO. Frank Castell playing Forest Titan Loreno. Maybe it's Loreno. We're getting loaded in. I repeat, we are getting loaded in. Chat, where are you? Has anybody followed the stream today? Anybody on YouTube hit that thumbs up button? I'm just curious. If you guys are out there, spread the love a little bit for Reign of Titans content as we get into match number 2 of Bracket 2 Finals. Let's get it out. Bracket 2, Game 2. UFO needs to win 2 straight. Loreno just needs to win this one. If I was the Sky Titan here, we do not see any weapon changes, chat. That is pivotal in the matchup because some people have an anti-stall build, which maybe UFO has changed decks, but it does not look like they've changed any weapons, which both are allowed in this tournament. But no changes. Flying Menace on turn 1. UFO is frothing for some damage. Brace for Impact is a good defensive scroll, but Whirlwind Spin still going to hit for a healthy 75 buckaroos. And the scroll gets returned to the deck, which could be massive. That aerial assault returning or has a chance to return scrolls with that keyword on it to the deck. We saw UFO run out of scrolls last game, so it could be massive to have those things, even if it's just 1 or 2 back in the pile. Forest, says Tashar. All right, here we go. We got one person voting Forest in the chat. Everyone else in a coma still from the excitement of game 1. What's it going to be? I imagine that UFO's trying. Oh my gosh, gets the Fury Aura again on turn 2. Is it going to be Rooted Resilience again? No, okay, but plus 25 defense is also pretty good, chat. Vampiric Strike's still going to schmack, though. Not that UFO needs the health, but needs to get this damage through. Regeneration for Loreno. Going to be getting some mana and some health. Mana well on the other side, keeping everybody stacked for cash for next turn. Trample comes out. 50 damage. Just to keep UFO honest, you know? So 40 attack, which is the stat UFO really going to be watching for against the 55 defense of Loreno. We do see the surge meter flashing there for UFO. We'll see if they put that to use. Mainly going to be looking for those purple elemental scrolls, but we'll see. Go! A taunt to start things off. The taunt peeling off some defense for Loreno. Bulwarks Plus, though, adding back 50 defense. That's a lot of defense, chat. 85 total, and there's the joke's on you. Joke's on you, UFO. Anything that UFO does not spend this turn in terms of scrolls will get pitched to the discard pile. And again, in a world where the first game ended by running out of scrolls, UFO is crying right now. Gonna choose to ditch 3? Yowie! Gonna choose to ditch 3. Forced Revenge is gonna boom. There's the chainsaw again. Great animation. And Rooted Resilience is in effect. The double bind comes through, which is nice from Sunder. Harden on the other side. No, look at those 3 beautiful scrolls just tossed into the pile. Whoo! Just tossed into the fire. Three. Sorry, three. Yikes. Yeah, this force is frustrating to play against. I believe that. UFO, only 11 scrolls left. There's the Deadeye, though. That's going to be good. Going to peel away some health and some buffed stats. Recovery, though, for Laureano, going to be plus 85 in the other direction. Oaken Skin, going to put on a layer of protection. Look at that new animation. It looks so sick. It literally covers them with wood, chat. Give me a wood exoskeleton from the Oaken Skin. Whoo! 352 to 263, the health totals. Here comes the tackle from UFO, which means double bind again. Oh, the run for cover. What does it get this time? UFO dancing around these blocks a little better this match. Take flight, going to get those stats pumping. And what did they play in scroll slot 4? Nothing. Nice. So the run for cover, all for naught, doesn't get any damage to fizzle. 17 agility for UFO, going to be resolving first. So gets the first say of what goes through here. And in a matchup where it's so hard to push damage when you need it, I imagine we're going to see something fairly bumpy here. It's Earthquake Smash. That's a bumpy Earthquake Smash. Dealing the damage, putting Laureano into the red health. Natural Might comes out. And the defense now up to 55. Forest Titan, healthy as hecking heck. Meditate, going to keep UFO in the conversation for spending moolah. Stomping. And at the end of turn, Laureano getting that healing nature to pretty much negate the stomp altogether. Laureano at 178 with 45 defense. Still making it nearly impossible to punch through here. Welp, what's it gonna be? It's the swift attack. So swift! Whew, minus 70. Just in time, Alchemist comes through. Only 2 scrolls left for UFO and 208 damage for Laureano to die. I'm just not sure that those two are very compatible. Dense defense as well, just making it absolutely impossible. There's the last healing nature turn as well. Laureano gaining health at the end of turn. 6 total scrolls for Laureano left. 2 total scrolls for UFO. And we know 4 of the scrolls. No, we know 3. We know 3 of Laureano's scrolls. Are we going to see the mana overflow explosion here? Oh no, with 0 mana spent as well. Shrapnel going to hit hard, but not hard enough. Resistance check is first. They're going to save the best for last. UFO with 1 scroll. Laureano's got this one bagged up. It looks like they have a game plan for the end game. We have already seen the joke's on you, but we do or could see the mana overflow explosive volcano of death, which I bet we're going to see this turn. Here it is. Fancy a bite. Pinkies up, baby. Here comes the fish slap. Fish stab. And after that, we're going to see no stall, I bet. I've seen the future, chat. I've seen the future. UFO is going to just explode here at the end of turn after they mana overflow. 350 damage. GG's. And it's Laureano, the Forest Titan, moving on to Grand Finals. Whew. Yep, that's the ball game. And we've got our Grand Finals chalked up, chat. It's going to be unbeatable playing the Dusk Titan B2 OMFG. Playing against Frank Castell with the Forest Titan Laureano, both, if I'm not mistaken, both from Team OMFG. Woo! What a time to be alive. It's sad. Yeah, it's, there's more counterplay than there used to be for stall, right? That's what I'll say. But I will say that generally slow play Well, it's sort of a tale of two extremes, right? Because we're gonna see if this Dusk Titan can be fast enough to just blast down, especially with the true damage that Dusk has available. We'll see if they can just blast down. It might come down to agility advantage too here in grand finals. No, just unbeatable. Okay, just unbeatable is an OMFG. Who's Frank Castell play for? But we're gonna see. Oh, right. Tale of two extremes, right? So it's the super fast Titans and the super slow Titans are winning right now. There's not really a mid-range deck. Yeah, not a whole lot of mid-range going on. I feel like in the last month there was sort of some mid-range decks that were using the bind keyword to kind of just overcomplicate these combo decks, right? So bind plus open palms and things like that. It was making it hard to line up some of these combo pieces, especially with Jokes on You being available to every element. These combo decks, if you don't have all the pieces at the same time, not going to work out. Now, the way that Forests and some Poisons have been playing around that is you just wait until those are your only scrolls left. Then you have them. You have them at the same time, right? Team Farmview, Frank Castell from Farmview. Nice work. Team Farmview in grand finals against OMFG. Unbeatable. We're going to get the players in here. We're going to run a best of 5 chat, and then we're going to crown an Team Affiliate Volume 1. Sorry, it's called Affiliate Teams Volume 1 champion. Yo, thanks for hanging out today, y'all. I appreciate it. We got grand finals coming up. Don't touch the dial unless that dial is the screenshot button. Make sure you take a screenshot of you being here, right now. Post it in the Prusen Submissions channel on the Discord. Get yourself some free titanium in-game currency to spend on those hot new common weapons that are in the shop. I think they're still in the shop. Can anybody verify that? Anybody verify for me that the new weapons are still in the marketplace for anyone to purchase? Argo Soul, you did great. Clap, 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 sir. Or ma'am. You did great. You did great. You're going to be a big star, kid. You know? Yeah, that's a tough forest to play against, especially with Sky. Just hard to get enough scrolls through. Like Sky revolves around just the relentless assault, right? Scroll after scroll after scroll, just laying damage on, take no prisoners. And when you can totally negate a turn with Rooted Resilience, or 2 turns, if you have 2 of those scrolls, that's tough. And then if you play Mirage, Run for Cover, what are the other ones, chat? Disrupt, blah, 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 blah. You know, it just, a lot of your scrolls just end up going for nada, you know? Frank's a common visitor. Yeah. How are we going to deal with Frank this week, you know? I mean, it's nice to be loved. It's nice to be loved, Chad. I wish people would talk about my Titans like that. Man, we really got to watch out for Ross. He's a real bracket menace. My entire second deck is dedicated to beating Ross. Here we go. It is grand finals game number 1. Reign of Titans. Affiliate Team Volume 1. Here we go. Loriano, the Forest Titan, versus B2, the Dusk Titan. Let's get it on. Let's go, baby. Get crazy on them. Whew. Forest v Dusk. This is a matchup that's kind of odd because there's sort of 2 niches, right? Forest's niche is extra tanky, has some shenanigans in terms of negating damage, et cetera, and then there's Dusk, who has, can pay scrolls with their health total. They can use vampireness to gain health. They have a lot of true damage scrolls, which means regardless of your defense, this number is hitting the opponent. So a really sort of a fireworks-esque matchup here in grand finals. We couldn't ask for more. We could not be asking for more. Woo! I'm excited. Laureano already getting that 35 defense popping. Whew, B2 up to 50 Magicka, so it means they do have sort of the edge here. They also have the agility advantage, 16-2, meaning B2 scroll will resolve first in scroll slot number 1. Here comes Sonic boom! A big one there. I think that's sort of a pattern we're going to see. A big pattern we're going to see here for B2. Just load it up on scroll slot 1 and try to make it happen. Here comes, oh my, Laureano down to 200. They are going to have to do some healing here. There's the plus 45. Whoo! I got to practice my Spanish here with these Spanish scroll names. I'll do my best, Chad. I'll do my best. Took a couple semesters of Spanish in high school and have been practicing it since very limitedly. I wish I was going to Brazil. Wish I had some Portuguese up my sleeve, you know? Anybody going to BGS in the chat? Biggest gaming convention in all of South America. Going to be featuring Reign of Titans. Oh, it's going to be saucy. There it is. More defense. Distortion jab. No damage. Lanzamiento. I tried, chat. I tried. Here it is. A little life steal for the vampires. But, you know, when no damage is being dealt thanks to Root of Resilience that turn, Laureano back to healthy, 309, just 7 health points ahead in terms of B2. What you got for us? Ooh, full core punch, full core smash, 42 damage. There's the bulwark for the plus 50 defense. Laureano says no more for you, Fred. This turn is just about over. Rechazo. Una mordida? Mordida? Fancy a bite? Oh, is it happening? I mean, B2 is down in mana, way down at the bottom of their bar. I'm not sure they're going to be taking too much mana overflow here, but it will deal some damage. It will deal some. Oh, man, there's the blood magic. That's going to help. That's going to help ease the pain. Here comes the no stall. B2 going to be maxed out on the mana meter. Good thing they got that plus 200 because they took 100 hot ones from the mana overflow. All right, what you got for us? Laureano at hovering around half health, but that's sort of where they're comfortable. This is a best of 5 chat, so we might very well see sort of some jockeying and negotiation in terms of decks and main hand weapons through the series. We'll keep an eye on that. For example, I don't think that B2 was playing with Mallet and whatever this offhand is called in their bracket final. Very clean Spanish, to be honest. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I hope that was a compliment to me. I hope. I mean, the scrolls look great, right? There it is. Mutual Torment going to blast through with that true damage 70 to Laureano. Nice turn. Nice turn. Indeed. Laureano, again, just hovering around half health. That's part of the game plan. 10 scrolls apiece here, chat. Nobody ahead or behind in terms of sort of match pacing. We have already seen Laureano play the no stall double fish slap, so that is sort of off the table. We do know from their bracket finals match, unless they change decks, one more Trickerino Cappuccino up their sleeves. We'll see when that comes out. Here it is. Total green stat invasion for B2, ready to pump the value. Will the damage get through on the oak skin? I mean, it's going to get through, but 75 defense is no joke. Alchemista. Going to be adding 100 health. Holy. Sometimes you just punch your opponent for 80 for that turn, and they just heal for 100. All right. What's it going to be? What's the closer here, chat? How does this one end? Laureano, 5 scrolls total. B2 with 3 scrolls total after this turn. Ooh, they do the old mana drain. Laureano stuck with only 10. And here comes the plus 30 Magicka. Is it time? B2 going to go for the crush. Chomp, chomp. Eek! Not really the scroll they're looking for. Not nearly 200 damage. B2, 3 scrolls left. Laureano, 5 scrolls left. A clamoring for the finish line. What do we have here? B2, plenty of mana to play whatever they want. 70 Magicka. Now, we are against 65 defense on the other side. And here comes the Rooted Resilience. Did B2 fall for it? No, they just played whatever this one is. Not an attack scroll. Did not lose out on potential damage there. Laureano thought they had the trap set with their greasy little Rooted Resilience fingers. They're like, play some scrolls, my friend. You'll love it. Which makes sense because B2 was maxed out on Magicka, right? Plus 50 or something wild. Big brain plays on both sides already. Well played there from Frank Castell and unbeatable. All right. Lethargy damage to both Titans. Who's going to flinch first? B2 has to know. I mean, they've done the math, right? I mean, they're going to max out their mana bar if they don't play any scrolls, which, you know, maybe is all part of the plan as well. This is tense. This is tense. Grand Finals game 1. Eek! Okay, here it is. Big old hammer throw. No defense left. Oh my God! 78 on the nose! 78 on the nose! There was bam! B2 with exactly the amount of damage with the final 2 scrolls. That is poetry, folks. And we knew what was left in the deck of Frank Castell. We knew there was going to be jokes on you. Because they're shifty, you know, they already played their mana overflow shenanigans, but we knew they had the ace in the hole, but just enough damage to make it happen. Holy cannoli, Grand Finals. Oh, chat, we need some coffee. Oh my God. Bro, indeed. That was wild. I'd like to believe that Unbeatable had that calculated out like 5 turns in a row. He's like, oh, he's going to take lethargy damage 3 times, going to get down to 78. Then we're going to play the, what was it, Volcors, whatever. And then we'll just have exactly 78. That was crazy. It was crazy. Dang. That was crazy, chat. Exact damage, yeah. And the chat exploded. That was only game 1, chat. You got to win 3 if you're going to take home the crown. If you're going to take home the biggest slice of the pie. Let's get into game number 2 of Grand Finals. We're giving away $3,000 US in this tournament, chat. It's going to be Laureano or B2 crown the champion. But not this match. This one is just to jockey, just to get into position. And we do see a main hand weapon swap here. Lava Staff. Lava Staff. I repeat, Lava Staff. Lava Staff for B2. Going to go with maximum damage output. Not playing any games. Now they're just going to have to find a way to sneak it in, though. That's the tricky bit here. B2 has plenty of damage. It just has to hit at the right times. So far, everybody moving kind of slow. Laureano up to 80 defense already. Yo, Gypsum in the chat. What up, Gypsum? OMFG for life. True. OMFG versus Team Farmview here in Grand Finals. Whew. Chat, that one got my heart racing. I'm not gonna lie, it went pitter patter. You ever just have a little heart flutter when the plays are playing? You know, Coraje, the courage, gonna get all the stats into the green for B2. Is it game time? That's actually Like, I'd be scared to play Courage in slot 1 there because I'd be afraid Laureano's going to play run for cover or something wild, you know? But maybe they didn't have any big damage scrolls in the pocket, so they're like, we'll just get everybody buffed up. There is the joke's on you, which means B2 has to spend as much as possible this turn as to not throw away the remaining scrolls in hand. And again, when the games are coming down to the final scroll, like they have been, tossing scrolls for free is just not the route to victory. Not it. All right. What do we got cooking? What do we got cooking? There's a big one. 112. Holy. Lava Staff getting crazy out here for B2. There's the Mystic Ritual. Gonna get that Magicka number even higher up here, chat. Do they slip in another aggressive shot to the heart? They tried to, but it has been snuffed out. A la the Rooted Resilience. Oh, look at all this damage. Look at all this damage that is for naught. Rooted Resilience saying you can take no damage or deal no damage this turn. Whew. That is why all the zeros there on both sides of the screen. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, or think so. Chat, some chat pro is gonna let me know. Here we go, off to the races, but into the 55 defense. There's the Mirage. It doesn't catch anything. B2 knew better. They've seen the future. And Titan Bliss gonna just grab a hot 45 bonus points of health for Laureano. Exact same scroll totals here. 14 total scrolls for both players. Nobody chomping at the bit to get this thing done. Decisions, the players have said. What do I do with my final 14 scrolls? I'm not sure. Major restoration for Laureano. Boom! Plus 85. Gets him back into the green health. And there's the blood magic for B2. Just slinging it. Back to full health. You'll love to see it. Surge meter popping for Laureano. I imagine they may as well just disable that feature for this Titan. Laureano's like, surge meter's full. Go, 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 go. No, that's just not going to happen. Not part of the game plan here for the Forest Titan. Everybody's slowing down, pumping the brakes way sooner than this match than in game 1. Sonic Boom, big one for 74. Again, B2 using that agility to resolve scroll slot 1 and just making Laureano pay with the biggest scroll in hand. You got to do what you got to do. You got to find the openings and take them when you got them. That's how this game works. Hover that scroll. Players making decisions. What do we do? What do we do? There it is. Distortion Jab for 35. Again, just sneak in that damage in scroll slot 1. That's the name of the game for B2. B2 now ahead in major in total scroll count. 11 scrolls remaining in the deck versus 9 for Laureano. Prepping for the end game already. Both players well aware of sort of the ultimatum at the end of this match. We have already seen the joke's on you, so that sort of end game branch of possibilities is gone. But we do know the players have backup plans on backup plans. Run for cover. Laureano not going to take damage from the next attack. Chomp Chomp, though, doesn't care because that activates at the end of turn. There's the Bulwark as well. So much protection here. But B2 played nothing. B2 just said, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Which is big braining. Big braining. Laureano's got 7 scrolls versus 9 of B2. 50 Magicka. Oh, it's a whack. It's a whack for 81, which is, I don't know, about 44% of the health bar of Laureano. And then they play Alchemist and get it all back plus some. Oof, that hurts. That's just a shot to the pride, you know? I'm just going to put one of my biggest damage scrolls in and you're just going to heal it all back. Bah! Ayah. B2. Oh, this is the mana explosion turn. No stall. Going to put him up at max, I bet. Well, how much? 140. Oof. Oof, but B2's still alive. That is where, the difference of this game thus far. We've seen the jokes on you. We've seen the mana overflow explosion. Now it's just a certified in-game play. Like, what you got left? B2 sniffed it out, saved so many scrolls. They have 8 total scrolls left. And there's a big 75. Laureano in a tough spot, plays the regeneration up to 134. Okay, not bad, not bad. 134 to 146, but it's the scroll count that's really the news here. Two scrolls left. Laureano struggling, has kind of played all of their, I don't want to say played all their outs, but they've played their two trickiest biscuits. Mutual Torment for 70. That's over half of Laureano's health. True damage. And the healing nature, though, for Laureano, going to erase half of that, plus 30, back to 94. 5 scrolls to 1 is really the buttered biscuits here, chat. That's the topic of conversation. Laureano absolutely doesn't have 131 damage, but do they have the ace in the hole? Do they have some sort of trickery, tomfoolery? B2 just free to go to town. Oh, yeah. 46 damage. Not quite enough, but it's the skulls say it all. Laureano drops. B2 is up 2 matches to 0 in grand finals. They just need one more to take the crown and the biggest chunk of the $3,000 prize pool. Whew. Must be tough for Dusk. Yes. Yes. Again, the agility advantage for those turn 1 scrolls. If what am I trying to say? Because a lot of the forest effects happen live, right? So you have to play a scroll to get the effect. There's a couple of those defensive buffs that stay between turns. But for the most part, man, scroll slot 1 is just a juicy nip in the butt from Dusk to Forest. GG's. Yeah. 2-0 now. It's true. They stole game 1. Let's be honest here. Unbeatable stole game 1 with the exact right damage. The exact right damage with their final scroll. 78 on the nose. But now that was fairly convincing. Was it due to the change to the lava staff? Maybe. I mean, the damage output was fierce, right? 2 more big scrolls. But I think it was more so the draws for Forest came in an odd order. I don't want to say more so. I'm saying that it also contributed, right? They drew their fish slaps and their no stall kind of early. They drew their jokes on you fairly early. All right. It looks like we have no adjustment into game 3 of grand finals. No adjustment made to weapons. Maybe a deck change. We won't know until we see some of the scrolls flying. But usually a dead giveaway is no weapon swap. So probably no deck swap. And thus far, we've just seen more of the same. Laureano up 60 defense up to 80. Yikes. Says, I'm not going to die this turn. That's for sure. Going to lose some to the overflow, though. That's kind of new. Well, that's new. Not on my 2025 bingo card. Here we are, game 3. Again, if B2 from Team OMFG wins this one, the Dusk Titan, they will be taking home the crown. Otherwise, Laureano has to reverse 3-0 and do it 3 wins in a row. There's the run for cover. What's it going to get? It's going to get that. That's not a damage scroll. So, oof. Laureano, just one stab there. Not a deep wound, but each one of those dodges that goes for nothing is damage that they're going to have to take on the brain, right to the brain hole, right in the old mouth socket. Speaking of mouth socket, chomp chomp. La da dee 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 doo doo doo. Chat, you guys are wild today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. On YouTube and Twitch, watching Reign of Titans. We are entering a new era, the glory days, folks. Jump on board. Hit the follow button. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube if you haven't already. My name is Ross. I love bringing you Reign of Titans actions on this Saturday morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the affiliate hosts, of course, and the production team for putting us up. This is Grand Finals. Sheesh! So far, a whole lot of nothing, just in terms of sort of outcomes, right? Mana bars looking fresh. Health bars looking fresh. Scroll totals looking fresh. Me looking fresh, if I do say so myself. And I do, chat. And I do. 50 defense, Laureano. See, this is one of those appearances of the first scroll slot being fairly protected here. 50 defense, only going to get through 28 damage, but again, 28 that they wouldn't have otherwise. Here's 80 defense now, Laureano. There comes the whatever that was that does the plus 30 magicka for B2. Show the dust scrolls. I don't think we have the other viewpoint. Laureano, 60 defense. Again, going to be protected here, relatively protected in scroll slot 1. Still sneaking through 70 damage. There is the joke's on you. And now the timer has started for B2. Anything not used this turn will be zapped, sent straight to the fire bucket. The fire bucket, the bucket of flames, the scroll incinerator, if you will. And I will. Laureano doing well to try and off B2 and their game plan. There's a whack on scroll slot 1. Again, big damage through 70. But again, the rest of the turn is just so up in the air. You never know. Is it going to be Root of Resilience? Is it going to be Bulwark? Is it going to be all of these outcomes that sort of stifle? Here we are. The Root of Resilience is down. The rest of the turn will be no damage dealt. And Laureano says, I will take this opportunity to heal for 85. Sheesh. Oof. I love how the animations still go, and then they're like 0. Nothing happened. Scroll totals looking fairly similar, 5 and 10 versus 5 and 9. Yep, that one hurt. That one hurts. Playing into the Root of Resilience, wasting. I mean, you can't call it wasting, right? Being entrapped, being fooled by the Root of Resilience. Timing there from Laureano. B2, I'd say 3 scrolls resolved with no outcomes at all. Some of them paid for with health, etc., etc. There is the magicka update for B2. They're up to 50 magicka over the 45 defense of Laureano. What's going to be scroll slot 1? Because we know that's where the action's at. Laureano having no say into what happens in scroll slot 1. They just got to take it on the chin. B2 chalking it up. Sharpening the spears. Sharpening that lava staff. Oh my God. What even happened? They didn't play in scroll slot 1? Chat, what did I just miss? Why did it get canceled? What am I missing, chat? Chat pros, I need help. Scroll slot 1 got canceled there by B2. Or B2's attack got canceled. And now I'm stunned. I'm bamboozled, chat. I missed something. Chat pros will let me know, though. Love you guys. Laureano still at almost full health. Both players at approximately half of their mana bar. It's like I'm watching chat, just waiting for it to go through. Here comes the misery for 78. Mirage, I misplayed. Unbeatable giving the live commentary in the chat. You'd love to see it. Oh, maybe B2 played Mirage. Is that maybe what it was? It was actually a cancel of Laureano's first scroll? Is that what you're saying? Someone's going to help me out. 5 and 2. That's 7. 4 and 3. That's also 7. Scrolls remaining, Laureano and B2 respectively. This one's going to be a grind to the finish. There's some life steal here on scroll slot 1, minus 65, but the rest of the turn will be no damage thanks to the old chainsaw, rooted resilience, nature's karma, or whatever that scroll is called. Run for cover, though. Doesn't matter because rooted resilience already down. No Titan may deal damage for the remainder of turn. Grito Descarado. No. Does get the health there at the end of turn. 5 scrolls. Everything is in the hand, chat. B2's got everything in the hand as well. 4 scrolls to 5. It's all face value. It's all face up on the table. We're at heads up poker, folks. We already know that the joke's on you got played, so we're not going to see an instant deletion of the rest of the deck. Aha. There's a big one. There's a big one from the Lava Staff. 90 damage and the lethargy on top. Laureano choosing not to play any scrolls, getting punished for it, but only a touch, you know? Only a touch. Because every time we touch, I get this feel. Okay, all right. This is where all the marbles spill. Spill the marbles. Spill the beans. Beans the marbles. Here it comes. Nature's Boon is activated thanks to the Mana Berry. Let the games begin. Here comes the fish. Slapperoo. B2, are you going to be able to max out this mana bar and not die? That's the question. There's the second of the Merlin scrolls, boosting up your opponent's mana. Here comes No Stall. Put the scroll projection out there, the bat signal in the sky, and it's a 13 left. They're alive. B2 is alive and has 2 scrolls. What is it going to be? I thought they were goners. B2, what have you got cooking over there, friend? This is such a weird spot because it's entirely possible that it's entirely possible they don't have 45 to spend and thus they're going to die to mana overflow. No, B2's got to take a seat. 1 scroll a pop. And Laureano takes game 3, says, I will not be skunked in grand finals. Run it back. Whoo! Run it back. Holy cannoli. Papa Nero in the chat. What up, Nero? Glad you're here. I failed the double R. Descarrador. I'll try. Blast Witch. Keep them coming. I appreciate all of you guys in the chat today. What an absolute wild grand finals so far. It's 2-1. Whew, closed scrolls all the way. I agree. I think in spectator mode, we should have the option to toggle that on and off. You know what I'm saying? Or we should have tournament spectator mode and then a regular spectator mode that can be flopped on Saturdays, you know? Because tournaments are forever, chat. Diamonds are forever. Did you like my rolled R? Who's accumulating TTM then? I don't know. Here we go. It's game number 4. Do we see any weapon updates here? We do not see any weapon changes in game 4. We saw Laureano squeaking out that last one. B2 just couldn't spend any mana. They had the 0 mana 70 true, but their mana bar was popped from the previous turn, and so they died to lethargy and overflow. Not lethargy, sorry. They played a scroll, but they still died to overflow. Crazy. Crazy. I talk worse English than your Spanish. I just need more practice, right? I can read it fairly well. Like when you guys speak Spanish in the chat, I can read it fairly well. It's formulating the sentences and the syntax that I have a hard time with. There's a canceled scroll. That's what Laureano likes to see. More of that, please. That's what they say. Laureano, 405. B2, 370. We know that the action doesn't really pick up until later in the game. But we do know that things could just rocket into outer space at any time here. Laureano could choose to play one of those cheeky combos. Speaking of Mystic Ritual popping off, the B2 is poised for a massive attack here, but here comes the fishes. Una. More, I couldn't read it. I didn't read it fast enough, chat, but here it is. The fishes, and that was a zero. There was a 0 mana scroll. Oh no, B2 is going to get exploded here. We might see a B2 pinata with the no stall double fish slap Scammerino. It's going to be wild. Oh, and the blood magic to get the plus 200. It's a buy a lottery ticket. I don't even know what this coin flip is going to do. Oh my. Did you see? Did you see the health bars? Zoom, 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 back, forth, plus 100, minus 100, 200. Getting crazy. Game 4 is over, chat. We're going to game 5. Sorry, I'm yelling. I hope it's coming across as excitement and not grating to your ears, you know? Oh my gosh, just saw an opening and took it. That's what I'm talking about, Frank Castell, pardon. Whew. That, I didn't know if the plus 200 was going to get there. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh, indeed. What a time to be alive. And now we roll into game number 5 of Grand Finals. The winner of this match is crowned champion today. Affiliate Teams Volume 1. Big shout outs to all the players, all the tournament hosts, the team of Reign of Titans, and everybody who helped these players prep up for this moment. Oh, me, oh my. I don't even have any coffee. Yeah, finally caught the turn, got the one they needed, just plugged them in. And B2 played Blood Magic and the other 0 mana scroll that turn, just did not spend. I mean, there's no way to see it coming, right? That's the crazy bit about this build, is that at any point, you could encounter the Rooted Resilience. You could encounter the fish slap no stall. You could encounter the Joke's on You. Just a lot of shenanigans out here on this Forest Titan. Titan. Why not Mallet for Dusk? They played Mallet in game 1. So maybe just feeling good about it. I mean, so far health total's looking pretty good. There's the Rooted Resilience. Nothing going to happen for the rest of the turn. Spike Shield for more damage. True. What up, RG Biro? Team Fury in the house. Oh man. That's a rough one there. 0 mana. Missing out on 70 true damage. Laureano looking pretty good with their shenanigans this match. This is game 5 again, chat. Winner takes all. Blood Magic could not save him. That's right. Yo, Blake Howard in the chat. What's Gucci, brother? There's a big one on turn 1 with 70 Magicka, a 69 damage, 38 heal. Nice. Laureano into the red health. Going to be scrambling here just a touch until they can get some crazy heals in there. With 60 defense, though, feeling good. Also getting that canceled scroll with the Mirage. Rock Slam just for good measure. Oh, I love that. Insult to injury. Oh, man. Yeah, you don't go over. If you have to pay for Spike Shield, you're probably not going over. That's true. Whew. But it doesn't even matter. It's game 5. No time for the pondering. I mean, we can ponder for next time, right? RGB. Here comes first scroll. Going to be some more lifesteal. Laureano in a hole here down. Okay, just in time. Alchemista coming in. Just in time to get the plus 100 100 puntos of life for Laureano. I'm trying, chat. Really crushing it. I'm trying to flex my Spanish here so Blake will put me in his suitcase, take me to Brazil. Plus 200 there for B2, down to their final 10 scrolls. So definitely playing a faster match here in game 5 for B2. But maybe they're just purging all the things they don't need, trying to make it happen here. Laureano in the red health. I mean, in the danger zone, we've seen this lava staff pop off. I don't know if it hits for 116. 102 for Sonic Boom. Laureano in trouble. There, just in time. Just a little major restoration. There's the run for cover. What's going to be the counter here? Just some Titan bliss. Alegrita, I think it was. How blissful. Oh my, more damage. Laureano in a hole here. Laureano not safe right now. Danger, danger, danger. B2 knocking on the door. They do get to resolve first scroll here in game 5. Needs the eye. Alchemista, maybe. Not K, right? I don't. We're trying, chat. Saturday Spanish with Ross. Get crazy. Ooh, the mana drain. Laureano's in a hole. Just can't. The hands are tied. The hands are tied. Oh, gets the regeneration still for 0, though. Plus 20, and might afford scroll slot 3. 70 damage from the mutual. Oh, my goodness. What's in scroll slot 4? What does B2 have? Is it over? It's the wackaroo. Boom, baby. Lava staff for the dub. And game 5 is gone. Decided we've crowned a champion. B2 OMFG played by Unbeatable. GG's. What a time. Holy cannoli. Well played, Dusk, with the thrusters there in game 5. Could not be slowed down. I mean, that was a dice roll for sure. A dice roll for sure, because if they do not close it out there, they are down 5 or 6 scrolls. They are down 5 or 6 scrolls, and the end game is absolutely in the favor of the Forest Titan there. What a series. Clap it up. Frank Castell played incredible. Unbeatable obviously played incredible. Both players going to be graced with some of that tourney prize pool cash. Team OMFG, crush. Well played to Team Farmview, and congrats to all those team members who hopefully helped these two players practice this week and in the past months to get ready for this, chat. We got more tournament action coming up. So, couple things that I need you guys to do right now. One. Hold, please. Gypsum93 followed the stream. Thank you so much for following the stream, Gypsum. We love you, as does OMFG. Thank you for being our newest follower. If you haven't followed the stream or thumbs up the YouTube stream, do that right this second. Reign of Titans content flying through the roof in the coming months. Going to be wild. Secondly, take a screenshot if you haven't already. Put it in the proofs and submissions channel. Get yourself some free titanium on the house. Get out there and buy those new common versions of those unique epics. Whoo! Unbeatable says, love you guys for all the support. Mwah! Love you too. Love you too. And third, chat, just, tell your mom, tell your friends, tell your mom's friends. Reign of Titans. Get out there, download the game on iOS or Android, or